As E3 2021 comes to a close, we want to take the time to honor the developers' hard work and the oohs and ahs they gave us over the last 4 days. Voted on by representatives from our media partners, IGN, IGN China, PC Gamer, GameSpot, GamesRadar, and Game Bonfire, we have selected the most anticipated games that were announced by each developer or publisher, as well as the most anticipated game overall announced all week long. To be eligible for an individual award, developer, publisher, or studio had to showcase more than one game, and we will even honor the best presentation of this year's Expo. So with that, drum roll please, Golden Boy. We present to you the 2021 E3 Awards. All right, starting with our first developer, Ubisoft. The award for most anticipated Ubisoft game goes to Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming.
Extraction, but fine.
And I was going to say Far Cry. I thought that would have been a shoe-in,
Yeah, me
right?
too.
I didn't see that one coming. But
Well, when this one was, you know, kind of got out there a little early, everyone was excited about it.
no, I love Mario Rabbids, so another one I'm all about. Yeah.
First game was fantastic. No shocker here. This is cool.
Yeah, makes sense, I guess, on that one. So let's move on then. Gearbox Software closed us out on Saturday's preview night, and the award for most anticipated game from their presentation goes to Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Of course. No offense to Godfall, but of course it was going to be Tiny
exactly.
Tina's. Like, that was the one, right, that we've been aching for more information on, right?
Totally.
Still just getting that sizzle teaser. It's like, okay,
Just
let's
a
a little bit.
taste,
I
just
know,
a
right?
little
Yeah.
taste,
Welcome
but
to the E3
definitely in for that
2021
one. I mean,
Awards. I want to say
the
thank you all
cast
for joining me
alone
this
will
year
get
for
Wonder
E3.
Strikes,
I will have a
Madison Bird,
recap
like,
of all my favorite
Bird.
things to look
Andy, I
forward
did so much
to and the
better.
best reveals.
I was
Yeah, Ashley Bird.
thinking, I don't know
But
why.
for
I
now,
just
let's
said
get on
Adam.
with the
I think
awards.
you're thinking Sandler.
I did,
Which
thank
Andy
you. I was
Samberg
like,
will be really mad
what?
about that. So
Sorry,
So we
everybody.
put this out, send it to Andy
Sorry.
Samberg. So he knows.
send it to Andy's people.
Next up for discussion is Xbox and Bethesda, and the award for most anticipated game for Xbox or Bethesda is, Golden Boy?
Halo Infinite. Yes.
No Redfall? Dang.
Can you really, I mean, don't get me wrong,
No,
Redfall looks
Halo
awesome. Go get him
Infinite,
arcade,
yes.
but
Well,
like,
I'm not really
for sure.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
For me, it's Starfield and
obviously
Redfall,
for
though.
it being Halo, but for the future
love
of the
me
franchise,
Bethesda
it looks really
games.
good. They
I
did a
love
great
Bethesda.
passover with the graphics, which is something everyone really wanted to see. They also had an awesome multiplayer showcase where they showed a whole bunch of new features like bots that are going to be coming to the game, which is great for players that maybe are a little too intimidated to play against actual players, that they could, you know, go in there, learn the ropes, get in, play some Halo against their friends. It's awesome. I'm
can't
so
wait.
excited for Halo Infinite.
all right. Square Enix caught our attention with their list of announcements, but the award for most anticipated
Guardians of the
Square Enix
Galaxy.
game goes to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Figured.
Yay, you're all smiles.
I am all smiles.
Yeah.
A shoe-in again. Eidos Montreal coming out. This is what we've been talking about all week long when we were previewing and hinting around about rumors, right? Of like Eidos Montreal, incredibly talented studio. Deus Ex, a game franchise, and especially their two, that has cemented them to so many fans as an amazing developer. But it's a different kind of game. It's an IP maybe you don't connect with,
probably
maybe you don't
check it
involve.
out.
Putting Marvel in front of that, I think, is really going to boost their profile and show the world what they can do the same way Insomniac did with Spider-Man.
It was such a great presentation, too. I mean, we got such an inside look at the game and saw the mechanics and just how the characters look and the funny lines delivered, so I'm excited for that one.
Of course.
Yep.
The PC gaming show was a lot of fun and brought us so many looks at an array of cool games on the horizon. But the award for most anticipated game of their presentation goes to Songs of Conquest.
Okay, interesting one. Yeah, oh yes, this one was actually really nice.
I mean, look at the art style
the
right
animation.
there, right?
Pixel art style. I mean, that goes to show you too how many games were shown at the PC Gamer
More than
Showcase.
30, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But this is Coffee Stain, I believe, a great group. This is going to be a game to look out for. Undoubtedly, looks fantastic, and you know, if it's a Coffee Stain production, you know it's going to have great
It's
value.
gonna be good. You know?
So many games embracing the stylized pixel art, and I love it.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I'm here
So-
for the classic twist, baby.
So did the entire media panel. That's all they talked
I know,
about all week, right?
exactly.
Future Games wasn't to be outdone with a list of titles to catch our eyes. And the award for most anticipated game goes to Immortality. Don't read ahead. Don't read ahead.
Sorry, I cheated.
You don't ooh before I say what it is.
This was a very ominous teaser here. If you guys
100%,
remember,
yeah,
the
yeah.
poster's just going up in flames as you're about to to see behind us. So, I mean, for me, the music got me, and it was just the mystery of this one. So I definitely want to see more.
Sure. Well, I mean, coming off the success of Telling Lies, right? A game that relies on video footage, right? Getting into it. Her story, the game before that really established this from Sam, right? Going in, what's the story? You being the detective, figuring it all out, immediately shot to the top of my list as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't cheat anymore.
Thank you. Don't. And Golden Boy, don't you either. All right?
Promise.
Intellivision knocked our socks off with a family-friendly console reveal, and the most anticipated game from that presentation is Asteroids.
Simple, baby.
A classic.
It's a classic.
Right? Yeah.
You can't be mad about that, dude.
Yeah.
I put Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, but that was just like they're working on an Earthworm Jim. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It wasn't
exactly.
really show the game. This was all about how the controllers work and getting everybody together to play a simple version of something, and that's Asteroids.
Asteroids wins. Okay.
Okay, good. It's got Jackie's seal of approval, everybody. We're all right.
That's a real award.
When it comes to indies, there are so many great indie titles to choose from, and they all show us that there's really no gap between small games and AAA games in 2021. The award for most anticipated indie game goes to Falling Frontier.
Oh, yeah.
This one got you too? This is on your radar?
Yeah, this one looked really good. I mean, well, for one, anything with a space, angle to it is always going to be a winner for me. And I believe this is the one that was like more of that strategic type of atmosphere that it presented. So I actually really like this game. And again, the Indie Game Showcase was very competitive as well.
Yeah.
Lots of great games shown. Congratulations to them.
And I think, the indie scene bled so much beyond the showcase, right? Where there were so many different indie games peppered throughout presentations, different publishers, even GameSpot today, like they had so many great things. Competitive space for sure. Speaking of competitive, Greg Way, Freedom Games established themselves again as a dev that makes family-friendly games that are fun. And the most anticipated one from their announcement goes to Airborne Kingdom. This is the first one I will argue about.
Okay.
What? Who did the dog
I
sit?
was like,
Come on. It's a great game. I'm not knocking it.
awesome.
To the
It does
rescue.
look really
no love
good.
for To the
Freedom
you are-
Games.
Cafe Manager.
Exactly. It
had
Aye.
so
Too many good games.
many games.
There was
Too
too
many
many.
good games.
For me, and I think for all of us, and even for our media friends, I think Freedom Games was like a star of the show for us. So many great games from that group, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to be bringing in the future. Because now that they're on the map, I'm sure more people are going to be paying attention.
100%, yeah, and I think their presentation was so good at putting developers as people front and center.
Yeah.
This is who we are. We're a small team. This is what we're doing.
Goes to
and why
show
we're
how
doing it.
passionate we are that we were like, there's so many games,
True.
So it was awesome.
Yeah,
Good job,
showing their
Freedom
story
Games.
to create the story. I love that.
Exactly. All right, Capcom is no stranger to anticipated games in their library.
They
After
didn't show
Monday's
jack
presentation,
shit.
the panel voted. The most anticipated game is The Great Ace Attorney.
I mean, that's
Two
fair.
great Japanese Phoenix Wright
I
games
thought your
coming here.
Monstie was gonna get this
You know,
one.
I
ain't
thought
gonna
the
lie.
Monstie would too, but
I was ready to say Monstie stories too as
I'm glad,
well.
I'm glad
Monstie,
we're getting
start
it
the
in here.
hashtag.
Monsties. I did.
This game
I
looks
did.
great though. I
Of
can't
course
take it
it does. Are
away.
you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Phoenix Wright already has such a passionate audience. To finally get these games over from Japan, to go back in time, see the lineage of it, be in merry old England. Oi, governor. I mean, come on. What's
Yeah,
not to
and
like?
Herlock Sholmes,
Yes, exactly.
best name ever. So that's a winner.
Love it,
That's a
love it.
winner.
Good job, Capcom. Now, Nintendo opened up the final day today, dropping a few gems, but the award for most anticipated announcement
Zelda.
had to go to Breath of the Wild 2. Come on, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2.
Easy, yeah.
Metroid was cool.
Opening.
Metroid was great.
Oh,
but
Metroid was
I know people are
really
going to fight me
good.
on that one. I'm just
Yeah.
excited for Metroid. Sorry, don't mind me.
Are you excited for Breath of the Wild 2, though?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am. Obviously, Nintendo
Those are the only
showed a
two
lot of
good
awesome
things they
stuff.
showed.
Breath of the Wild 2, though, we were hoping we were going to get it. We got a lot more than what I was anticipating.
Me too.
And this is going to be a special one.
Yeah, of course, targeting 2022. I love how honest they're being of like, we're targeting 2022. Like, there's a lot that goes into this game. A lot could happen, and we are, as we talked about multiple times throughout this entire show, coming off of a global pandemic.
Yes.
So it's a miracle
Yeah.
we're getting any games, let alone the fact that we're seeing Nintendo be transparent about it, let alone the rest of their lineup, including Advance Wars, don't forget.
Oh my goodness. I just want to get my hand on that flamethrower gauntlet thingy and just.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
You know, okay.
Yeah, you don't have rage
Me and
issues.
the
A little
violet.
concerned. This is my friend. This is my
We
friend.
got to see some great things from Eureka Studio. The award for most anticipated game from them is Loop Mancer.
Yes. This one came out of the gate fast, and I think a lot of people were just like, visually stunning.
Yeah.
Side scroller, got a lot of action in there. I'm keeping this one on my radar for sure.
This trailer just hit all the check marks. Like you said, animation, the music, protagonist looks amazing. Look
Production
at this
value.
villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. So not surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
All right, guys. the appetizers are out of the way. It's time for the big ones. We had a number of great presentations over the last 4 days, making this award a very difficult one to choose. But someone had to, and our panel voted. The best presentation of E3 this year was Xbox and Bethesda's showcase.
Without a doubt.
Pedal to the
Without
metal
a
from
doubt.
the start. It's all gas,
Devolver
it's
came
Todd Howard,
second.
it's Starfield, all the way through to Arcane and saying, hey, bite me. Like, you know what I mean? And in between a million different games, what was it? It was more than 30 games with 27 of them coming to Game Pass. I might be getting the numbers wrong. But yeah, the overwhelming majority being Game Pass day and day.
And I just wanted to point out that there was a lot of predictions going into this. I had thought that we were going to get Halo Infinite first, get that out of the way, and then we'll close out with Starfield. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
But the fact that Xbox was like, nope, Bethesda, you're going to open and close the show. You're going to give us all the good stuff. Like, I really feel good about this, the future here for Bethesda as a huge Bethesda fan. And yeah, man, this was a great showing. Lots of great games.
I was going to comment on the structure as well. I just thought when they started with Starfield, I was like, ooh, okay, bold choice, you know? And then they had Halo Infinite in the middle, and it was just perfection, everything that I wanted. And then wrapping it up with vampires, I was just like, okay, they nailed it for me. So yeah.
And to put a bow on it, leading into it, they talked about there will be a clear delineation between Xbox and Bethesda, which I for sure thought it was going to be, whatever, half Xbox, and then now let's turn it to our friends at Bethesda.
Could have been easily like
And instead, they delineated by saying, hey, I'm Todd Howard from Bethesda. Hey, I'm Pete Hines from Bethesda. Hey, I'm Phil from Xbox. And they shook it up that way so you knew what you were getting and how this whole ecosystem was going to work. That's
Xbox and Bethesda,
I feel
the
like
best
the timing
conference.
was perfect,
Shared the best
and
stuff,
they
too.
delivered on every single title as much as I wanted. I didn't feel like, oh, I want more.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, I'm getting a waterfall of info here, so props to y'all.
Great stuff. But there can be only winner for the most anticipated game overall. A tough decision, I'm
Elden
sure,
Ring?
amongst our media panel, but they decided to give the most anticipated game of
Halo?
2021
Elden Ring?
to I was going to see what they wanted. It's Forza Horizon 5.
Wow.
Most anticipated game overall.
Wow.
Really?
Shocking. Not because Forza's not a great game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I would have, if you would have asked me, I'm going to say it's going to be Halo or it's going to be Breath of the Wild.
Too.
And you
Yeah.
assume
Yeah.
you get into one of the classic situations
That's what I
at an
thought it'd
E3,
be.
right? Where the votes got broken. Where it was that a whole bunch of people went for Breath of the Wild and a whole bunch of people went the other direction for Halo or for whatever, and then here you go.
Well,
Forza's
also
able to surge
remember
ahead.
too, this is 2021, so perhaps the panel was also looking at what games
Great
are going to be
point.
coming out
You're
this
right.
year. Forza,
You're right.
obviously, always a winner. Every Forza Horizon game has been brilliant. So this is not a shocker
is
to me
true.
because these games are great. Visually speaking as well, ridiculous. Like the whole time we're like, is that a picture? Or no, that's the game. And they knew it and they kept doing it and it worked every single time. Brilliant.
Yeah, I think I was telling Golden Boy earlier that I'm a very awful driver, and so I love games like this because then I can just drive in these beautiful landscapes in incredibly expensive cars and not damage anything.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't cost you anything. That's the best part.
I love these racing games.
Remind me
but
never to get in car with Jackie.
I know,
Exactly.
I
Stay
know,
away
I
from
know.
riding with Jackie,
That was a
ladies and
shocking winner,
gentlemen.
though.
It was,
so-
but one of the reasons I think it's shocking, but one of the reasons it's really cool is what you said, right? Is that year in, year out, Forza Horizon is great. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so usually when you have something like that, what happens? Oh, you start to take it for granted. Oh, that's going to be awesome no matter what.
Exactly.
I'm excited by the
Yes.
bells and whistles. I'm excited for the brand new thing. And then here you are. Everybody understands.
Well
quality.
deserved. Well deserved.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this year's coverage of E3, everyone. A huge thank you to our friends at Binge and iHeartRadio, the #1 podcasting platform in the United States. Of course, thank you to our entire media crew, the team at IGN, and all the developers over the last 4 days. I will leave you with one final message. We will see you all back here in person, live from Los Angeles in 2022. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Well, I guess it's E3. That's E3 for you this year. I want to thank you all for coming and joining me. I will have a recap soon. I'm gonna do a recap of my favorite things, best stuff shown. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take a nice, well-deserved break today. Play some Half-Life and not do much else for the next day or two till Steam Next Fest tomorrow. So, without further ado, if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.